Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev.
Matri Danvat Pranam Jai Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandat Pranam Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Matri Danvat Pranam Jai Srila Prabhupada. You're back from India?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. I think we can begin. Om Agyantimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Bandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपा तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम् ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः. So today we are reading and reflecting on Canto 4, Chapter 4. This is the chapter where Mother Sati, the daughter of Daksha and Prasuti, will quit her body. The last week we saw Sati was very excited to see so many airplanes, all the demigods and demigoddesses dressed in beautiful ornaments and silken clothes, with great pomp and show, were going to a massive sacrifice that were organized by Daksha, where everybody was invited except Lord Shiva and his family. But she made a request to Lord Shiva that to meet one's father one does not need permission. On the whole, all my other 15 sisters and my mother and all the relatives, everybody will be there. It's been a while I have seen them. I'm feeling great longing to see them. Please let us go if you think it is appropriate. In this way, she expressed her great eagerness to go and participate in the sacrifice. But Lord Shiva warned her, saying, yes, one is allowed to go to one's father's home without invitation, as long as um, where we are going, they are not envious of the guests. And finally, he warned Sati that it will be a great loss if you go. You shouldn't go. So now this is where the chapter ends. So Sati became very unsettled, um, disturbed in mind. She has this great longing to go and meet her sisters and mothers and other relatives, and Prabhupada says she has a great longing for a social um, angle also, like getting together with all of them and talking nicely, and that social angle. She was very attracted. She also wanted to dress beautifully in silken robes and wear ornaments and be among them. So she had that great longing to be there. But she knew that she was afraid and she was anxious that if Lord Shiva will accept, and Lord Shiva very straightforwardly he said, "Stay back. This is not appropriate. This is not a good idea. It will be a great loss." Um, so Lord Shiva became silent after giving his recommendation, and Lord Shiva could understand that Sati will be destroyed whether she remains here or she goes. Destroyed in a way that she will not be happy either way. Um, if she attended her father's yagya, she will not be happy by seeing her own father will neglect her, and she will not be able to tolerate it. Yet at the same time, if she is here, she will constantly think over going there, and she will not be happy here. Sati was very, very anxious to see her relatives, but she was also afraid of Lord Shiva's warning. She knew that Lord Shiva's great personality, and he said, "I don't think you should go." So, such great personalities' warning should be taken very seriously. So, Sati was very afraid of going. Her mind was unsure what to do, and she just moved in and out of the room, going in, walking, and thinking, "What do I do?" Um, then naturally, attachment leads to anger, and yeah, the main cause of anger is attachment. And she was so attached to be there at that point of time, and being forbidden naturally. Um, Unfulfilled desire leads to anger. Being forbidden to go, um, Sati start crying that she cannot go. That quickly turned into great anger, and she became so angry because of a strong desire to go that she was looking at Lord Shiva as if she wanted to burn him with her anger. Her body was shaking as she was looking as Lord Shiva. So this is another sign of when we do something wrong, the body starts to shake, the heart starts to shake, the internal nervous system start to shake. Means कुछ गलत कर रहे हैं आप. So Sati was seeing all these symptoms, but her anger was so acute that she could not hold. Um, she was tormented by these extreme emotions of anger and lamentation, lamenting that she was feeling helpless. She doesn't want to. um, She really wants to go, and Lord Shiva doesn't want her to go. It may not be good if she goes, but because Lord Shiva is stopping her, um, it is said her intelligence was bewildered by her womanly nature, because naturally she wanted a social to be with her sisters and others. So her intelligence, she could not think between right and wrong, got bewildered. Um, and she was so angry at Lord Shiva that she was like, "Hato yahan se." And then she just left Lord Shiva, um, and walking towards the yagya. Lord Shiva is naturally very kind to all living entities. So, under Lord Shiva's direction, thousands of followers of Lord Shiva, including Nandi. Nandi is the bull. And then there are two names mentioned: Maniman, Mada, So in this way, they all, with thousands, along with all many yakshas, with great pomp and show, um, they made, when she was leaving, they all followed her. Then Sati was placed on the bull because Lord Shiva wanted, because Lord Shiva has pure love for Sati, but Sati, because of her desire, could not understand the good advice, could not hear the good advice of Lord Shiva. But because Lord Shiva never becomes angry. I mean, um, because of any attachment, Lord Shiva. If he becomes angry, it is Lord's desire only, because it's Paramhamsa. So everybody followed. Then Sati was requested and placed on a Nandi, the bull. So she sat there. Then the followers of Lord Shiva, they handed her her pet bird, um, whose name is Sarika. So Sati was carrying Sarika. Sati was given a ball. Sati was given a lotus flower. Sati was a white umbrella was put over her. The followers of Yaksha, they started fanning her. She was offered a garland. She was offered a mirror. There was a great singing party that was going along with Sati. And the whole procession was um, very glamorous and pompous, as if like a royal parade. So this is the love of Lord Shiva, that although she was really angry and wanted to burn him, Lord Shiva still like, okay, go and accompany her and see if everything goes okay. So in that way, but Lord Shiva knew that something inauspicious may happen, because Daksha is a very egoistic person. So, with great pomp and show, Sati with Nandi and Maniman, Mada, and all the yakshas and all other followers, they reached finally the sacrificial arena. When Sati reached there, everywhere so many beautiful Vedic hymns were being chanted by qualified Brahmanas, very pleasing to the ears. In in one corner of that arena, there were all the sacrificial animals who were um, destined to be sacrificed. Um, all around the arena, many great personalities were visible. There was also various royal paraphernalia of yagya, of ghee, and all those decorations, all those kunds, um, all those paraphernalia visible. So the whole arrangement was, and the initial preparation was going on. So Vedic hymns were being chanted. So it was very pleasing. When Sati entered with a lot of pomp and show and music, naturally everybody looked at Sati, but um, everybody was afraid of Daksha, because we saw last week Daksha was um, appointed as the leaders of all the Prajapatis, and Daksha was very powerful. And somebody, if they are very powerful, then everybody is afraid of them. Um, and Daksha never hesitated to speak ill of others whenever he liked. So then it makes further one fearful to, makes one, if someone outspoken, at the same time they are leaders, becomes further hesitation to not go into a um, um, like not displease them, because we don't know when they will react, how they will react. So out of fear, everybody saw huge pomp and show. Everybody can notice, because this Vedic hymns and ton like the Sati came with all of them. But everybody looked and then looked down and kept on offering the mantras. Daksha didn't even turn his head towards Sati, knowing that Sati has come, and was like callous, or purposefully ignoring Sati. Naturally, the only people who embraced Sati were Sati's mother and Sati's sister. They all, when they embraced, they had joyful faces. They had tears of affection. But Sati was not happy meeting with her own sisters and mother, um, um, observing the neglect of Daksha and others, all others. Um, Mother and sisters, they told her, come, 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 please sit. She did not accept any seats, and usually when the daughter goes, she is given many gifts by her parents and sisters. Sati did not take any gift, did not, when she was offered, did not sit there. Um, and they were asking Sati, how are you? It's been so long. Um, how is our Damad Shiva? Like just natural hello, hi, some basic questions. And Sati was just not replying, would not take any gift, would not sit, and she was very disturbed. She was very disturbed in when she was in her husband's house. She was very disturbed when she was in her parents' house. Um, all because Daksha was purposefully ignoring Sati. Um, then Sati also noticed there were sections where all the demigods would be offered oblations, and Sati offered all the brahmanas and leaders. They did not make any arrangement for offering oblations to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva was completely neglected. She was completely neglected. And naturally, being very dedicated to Lord Shiva, being Shiva's wife, um, and not received by Daksha, Sati became greatly angry. And seeing this whole arrangement, she was looking at Daksha now as if she wanted to burn him. Previously, she was looking at Lord Shiva as if she wants to burn him. Now she's looking at Daksha as if she wants to burn him. Um, when Nandi and Mada and they all saw Sati's anger, Lord Shiva followers are like they will do anything for Sati. So they were getting ready. All right, this is making her. Daksha is making her angry. Kill Daksha right now. So they were getting ready to kill Daksha, but Sati said, "No, don't do anything." So she stopped them. Um, she was very sorrowful that um, Daksha is like such a pitiable person. Very angry, very sorrowful, and she started condemning. She became so angry. She started chastising, condemning um, those who are doing these yagyas to be only fruitive workers. How can the Lord be pleased when the Lord pure devotees are neglected, and when the guests who are the wife of pure devotees are neglected? How could Lord be pleased? So all this yagya is simply a show. It's simply a fruitive act for one's own purpose, for one's own aggrandizement. One is doing, and those who are doing it, is this sacrifice is done by very proud people, like Daksha himself. So people who are full of pride will not humble themselves. Um, um, Full of pride people, if if they are hurt, if they don't like something, I don't care. Why? Uh, How can not pay respect to me? Very proud people. Why Shiva didn't pay obeisances to me when I entered into the assembly? Now he should suffer. Now he will be neglected. Now, he is so very. This sacrifice, you have having such feeling for great personalities, such neglect, such criticism, um, such an external show. It's all, this whole sacrifice is fruitive. Um, no real purpose of sacrifice will never be served, and it is performed by very proud people. So Sati started condemning the sacrifice and the performance of the sacrifice. Sati said, mm, um, "Who else would hate Lord Shiva except you? You are the only one in the entire creation who doesn't like Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva has no rival in this world. Lord Shiva has no superior. in this universe, because Lord Shiva's position is even superior to Brahma, Tattva wise. So he has no superior, he has no rival. Um, um, he he is um, to Lord Shiva. Nobody is dear and nobody is inimical. Lord Shiva is equal to all. He doesn't have this distinction of friends and enemies. He's always focused on Paramatma. Um, and naturally, like self-realized souls are dear to everyone. So he is most beloved of all. Everybody loves him except you, Daksha. Everybody loves him. Yet he doesn't have any favorites or um, inimical towards anyone. Um, he is also residing in all living beings. Shiva is there, Yamaraj is there. There are some personalities who reside in the heart of all living entities. They are not Paramatma, but they are there. They are aware. Yamaraj is aware. That's how he can punish us when we do something wrong. He is aware of everything that is happening. Likewise, Lord Shiva is also um, is aware. Um, he does not envy anybody, Lord Shiva. Um, when Lord Shiva was criticized by Daksha, and there were a lot of cursing, counter cursing that we discussed last week. When Lord Shiva came back home, Lord Shiva didn't say anything to Sati. Lord Shiva would not find fault in Daksha or anyone. Here, Daksha is like Dandora Pitna. He is telling in public how bad Lord Shiva is. Lord Shiva is not speaking anything. Then she tells there is a nice Prabhupada speaks nice purport on the next verse. Um, Sati speaks about who are sadhus and who are asadhus. So who are sadhus? Sadhus are like Lord Shiva. How do we know if somebody is a sadhu? They find no fault in others. They don't see any fault in others. Quality of sadhu. And if others have very meager good qualities, the sadhu will magnify them, will only focus on little good quality. Like how Srila Prabhupada would say, fan the spark. These people were, when Prabhupada came, they were engaged in breaking all regulative principles. That didn't bother Srila Prabhupada. Even till the last day, till after initiation also, they were breaking regulative principles. Prabhupada didn't say anything. And few people will come only to eat food that Srila Prabhupada would cook. Srila Prabhupada, I was telling somebody yesterday, Srila Prabhupada's service attitude was so much that at the age of 70 also, Prabhupada would cook so many items for so many people alone, and um, um, do pot washing by himself, serve them food, and after they had eaten, they would leave the plate, and after the program is over, then Prabhupada would took all the plates and would wash those plates, clean the kitchen, sweep and mop. In this way, Srila Prabhupada was single-handedly, he, like Prabhupada would say that, I single-handedly started this Krishna consciousness movement. So single-handedly Prabhupada was giving them love and care. And Prabhupada was um, was very hopeful. People may not be interested in Katha, or Prabhupada would say they seem to like Prasad. So they are inviting Krishna through his Prasad. So in this way, anything little, although they are not interested in Katha, they're not interested in reading, they may not be interested in chanting, they may not be, and they may be interested in all the other things. But Srila Prabhupada would say they seem to appreciate Prasad. So I can see that Mahaprabhu's movement is very bright here. So this is a quality of a sadhu. They don't see any fault in others. And if there is a little good quality, then they really magnify them. And they fill their heart with such good quality, and they feel like, wow. Um, So we should also try to see something good in others, and we should try to neglect. Best is if we don't see fault in others. But if we happen to see fault in others, then we should not focus on that, and we should see some goodness in others, and we should just fill our mind with, oh, how great they are, how great they are, how great he is, and how great she is. um, in this way we should think of, and when we see how great they are, then we should feel how low I am and how great they are, and we should feel humbled in the presence of even those who are just practicing or who are just favorable to bhakti. Mm. This is a natural quality of a sadhu. They see little good in others and they feel like, oh, I am nothing compared to them, um, and they just don't see fault in others. I remember this was very nice. Some of you know Kalakanta Prabhu, Prabhupada disciple and spiritual master also. When he came to one of the Bhakti Vriksha programs. After that, I was driving him back to the host's home, and on the way he said, Prabhu, I am so humbled by seeing all of them. I feel very much ashamed of myself. I was like, wow, he's a spiritual master practicing 15 years, such great taste in the holy name, and he's such a gentle, cultured Vaishnav. Such like recently, Hridan Maharaj came, visited us, and he was mentioning Kalakanta Prabhu is the best devotee in America. So such great Vaishnava, and he was telling, oh, these devotees are. Um, I feel like I'm very crude man in front of all these gentle souls. So the nature of a sadhu is mm, sadhu magnifies the any little good quality in others, and also magnifies any little fault in oneself, even it may or may not exist. But a sadhu feels, and sadhu feels like these people are great. Um, so sadhu like Lord Shiva, they don't see fault in others, but they magnify even meager good qualities in others. But there are asadhus, Sati said. And what is the quality of asadhu? They find fault even in those who don't have faults. They find faults even in those who are pure. On one side, Shiva, Lord Shiva, did not see any fault in Daksha. Didn't say anything. I mean, he didn't like the cursing and counter cursing aspect because the future is very dark with all those cursing and counter cursing. But he didn't think about Daksha in any way, or he was just focusing on the body, just a transcendental state he was in, Lord Shiva. But Daksha is like, without any fault of Lord Shiva, he is criticizing Lord Shiva. So, in the commentaries, it is mentioned, we discuss about sadhu, and there are levels of sadhus. So, basic level of sadhu is they see fault in others. They observe the fault in others, um, but they accept the people with their faults. This is Madhyamadikari. They see fault in others. They accept those people with the faults, knowing how these faults can be turned into their own good qualities. Even if faults are there, they see like um, how even that can be, or um, how it can go away. They observe, but they are patient. They accept the people as they are, and they take them to perfection. They don't focus on them. They don't judge them. They observe, but that's okay, and they are very kind and loving, and take them forward. So this is beginning of sadhu platform. Then the next level of sadhu is um, they They see the fault, but they don't focus on it. They think they um, um, they see faults, they overlook them, they don't focus on them, and they see good qualities and they only focus on their good qualities. Then the next level of sadhu is they don't see faults. They just don't see them. They can't see them. They see, even if little bit good, they magnify them, those good qualities. And the highest level of sadhu is this. Of course, the highest level of sadhu never sees fault, like Krishna never sees fault. And the highest level of sadhu see good in others even when the good is not present. One level below is see good quality in others and magnifies them and think this person is great. But the highest level is, although there is no good present, they just think of some good in them and they magnify it. This is like, yeah, like I remember God Krishna Das Babaji Maharaj, people who are completely breaking the regulative principles and engaging in many different activities. God Kishore Babaji Maharaj would see this person is also completely surrendered to Krishna. He would see everyone as surrendered to Krishna's will. Everyone is acting under Krishna's will and Krishna's direction for them. In that way, everyone is a devotee because everyone is following the will of the Lord. It is obvious. Everyone is following the Lord, either Lord's external energy or Lord's internal energy. Everything comes from Him. So in that way, everyone is following. But to see everyone as connecting to the Lord and doing like still everyone is surrendered to the Lord, which everyone is surrendered to the Lord actually. But Goswami Maharaj would see that as like they are doing this also because they are surrendering to Lord's will. Um, so there are different categories of sadhus. Then there are different categories of asadhu also. The basic asadhu, he thinks of somebody's good quality and then he will turn that good quality into fault. He would see a good quality and turn the good quality into a fault. Like somebody may come and they may exhibit, say, wonderful seva bhav. I want to serve this way, Prabhuji, please engage me. And a sadhu may think, yeah, their seva bhav is very high. Then they may take everybody else's seva and everybody else may feel like their seva is gone and this person may eventually take over the seva. Um, um, it may cause maybe some disruption in the community. So no, I don't want to engage this person in seva. So it's like I'm just giving, of course, whenever there is a spark we engage them in service, just randomly thinking something that they may see somebody's good quality and that good quality also they may see concern or they may see fault in that. There's beginning of asadhu. And there are then another level of asadhu is um, even if they are good qualities, they don't focus on good qualities, they see faults only. Saswai Thakur would make two people who were envious of each other or who would find fault in each other. Saswai Thakur will make them sit and ask them to speak to glorify each other, and they would hesitate to speak anything good about others. So this is what happens when there is familiarity and one is so overwhelmed with faults that one cannot see good in them. One only focuses on the faults, and they had difficult time to glorify each other. But because it was Guru's instruction, they tried, and then they started seeing good, and then after some time they felt that, oh, this person is not so bad after all. This person is really sincere, trying. There were circumstances why this person is thinking in this way. Just those realizations will come. So there's another level of asadhu that they see is fault only and they neglect the good qualities. Then another level of asadhu is there may be some small fault and may not be like real fault, maybe something small something little, and they just magnify them and fill their heart with that and judge that person, and they never see anything good in them. Just a little fault, just fill up their mind. So before this one, little bit better asadu, he sees bad and then he focuses on that. But little higher asadu or worse asadu, he sees very little fault and just magnifies them. And the bottommost asadu, he is called ati asadhutama. This is the word used by Sati about Daksha, that he is ati asadhutama. They see fault even in those people where fault is not there. It's one thing to see fault when fault is not there, then to see small fault and magnify, then to see fault as it is and focus only on them and neglect the good, or not seeing the good at all, or to see good but think how this could become a fault in future, and still be careful with that person or not encourage that person, still be having some negative opinion about that person even while seeing good in them. So these are different stages of asadu, like what we discussed, various levels of sadhu and then asadu. And Sati called Daksha as अति असाधुतमा, मतलब सबसे गिरा हुआ इंसान है तू, सबसे घिनौना इंसान है तू, तेरे से गिरा हुआ कोई नहीं है तीनों लोक में. So that was her mood, that Lord Shiva is so pure and you are seeing fault and criticizing a personality like Lord Shiva, who doesn't envy anybody, who loves everybody. Everybody is pleased with such a personality. He is equal to all, and you are finding fault in such a Mahatma as Shivji. Then Sati says, such people, such materialist, of course, it's a material consciousness only. You are judging Lord Shiva on a physical bodily platform, where he lives, where smears the ashes, how does he look, everything. The judgment was on external platform. Rupa Goswami says one should not judge a Vaishnava based on external platform. It becomes a Vaishnava aparadh. To judge a Vaishnava based on one's caste, one's color, one's deformation of the body, or um, how one wears, how one talks, or various ways, one should not judge a sadhu externally. Mm, So Sati says, um, you have criticized a great soul, but you are such a materialist. You are such a घटिया इंसान है तू. You are such a kind of person, that it is not surprising that you always criticize. It's not surprising. Why? I mean, anybody seeing you can make it out that that's what is expected of you, something like that. It is not surprising that a materialist like you, who is always absorbed in bodily conception of life, always criticize great souls, and envy great souls. And thus, she says, thus, you will be diminished by the dust of the lotus feet of a great Vaishnava. It is said, um, if we offend great Vaishnavas, even if they don't take offense, the dust of the lotus feet take offense and the reaction is given, because Krishna is displeased. Even though they are well-wisher, Lord Shiva is never desiring harm of Daksha, at least at this point of time. But Sati said, the dust of the lotus feet will destroy, will diminish you. Um, and then Sati was thinking various comments Daksha made. So one of the comment Daksha made is, Shiva is auspicious in name only. Actually, by conduct and by other things, he is highly inauspicious. So Sati countered those statements. Sati is not saying this, but she's thinking what the Daksha's comment, and she's speaking against them. She said, Lord Shiva, Lord Shiva is so auspicious that anybody who hears or who chants in his name um, become free from all sinful reactions and activities. Um, People have such high respect for Lord Shiva that everybody wants to do whatever he says out of love. Nobody neglects whatever he says out of love for him. And his fame is very pure and transcendental. Everybody knows Lord Shiva is a great personality. Um, Whether one is materialist or one is spiritualist, all kind of people seek after Lord Shiva's lotus feet. You have offended a true friend of the universe, because Lord Shiva is everybody's well-wisher. You have offended a true friend of the universe. Um, Although externally he may live in a crematorium or he may wear certain types of clothes, no one, including Brahma, his own father, considered Lord Shiva as inauspicious. In fact, even great personalities like Brahma also carry the flower that is offered to Lord Shiva's lotus feet on their head. Such high respect, including they have for Lord Shiva. Then it's about time. Oh. Then then Sati says, how a blasphemer of a Vaishnav should be treated. If somebody hears blasphemy of Vaishnav, what should one do? So Sati says, um, if one is unable to punish the blasphemer, then one should block one's ears and leave the place. If one is unable to punish, if one can, then one should cut the tongue of a blasphemer and kill the blasphemer. If one, so either kill the blasphemer, or if you cannot kill him, then you leave the place, block your ears and leave the place. And if you cannot leave the place and block your ear, and if you cannot kill the blasphemer, then one should kill oneself. These are the kind of atonement. These are the atonement for hearing the criticism of pure devotees. In the purport it is mentioned there are four kind of people: Kshatriya, Brahmana, Vaishya and Shudra. The Kshatriya should kill the blasphemer and cut off the tongue of blasphemer. The Vaishya and Shudra, because they cannot punish the blasphemer, they should commit suicide. And the Brahmanas, it is not proper for them to commit suicide. So they should cover their ears and remember Vishnu and go away. So Brahmana should be like, because they cannot, they are not Kshatriyas, na? So they should just cover their ears, say Vishnu, Vishnu and go away. The Vaishya and Shudra should commit suicide, and the Kshatriya should kill the blasphemers. And because Daksha was her father, um, by by connected to the body, happened to be her father, so she decided that she should not kill Daksha. So she decided that she will give up her life because she has heard the blasphemy and neglect of Lord Shiva. So she says, therefore I shall not maintain this body which is received by you who have blasphemed Lord Shiva. The best treatment after taking poisonous food is to vomit it. Somebody takes a poisonous food, vomit it. So likewise, I have taken this body coming from you. Best is to vomit it. Purport it is mentioned, Sati is very powerful because Sati is actually Durga, and Durga is Lord's external external potency, Maya Devi. So Sati is powerful enough to destroy the whole universe also. What to speak about killing Daksha? She's so powerful, Sati. But she doesn't want people speak in future that because Lord Shiva was blasphemed, um, Lord Shiva killed Daksha through his wife. She didn't want any bad fame to come to Lord Shiva. So she decided that if I kill Lord Shiva, people will criticize Lord Shiva. What am I saying? If I kill Daksha, then people may criticize Lord Shiva that he made me kill Daksha. So that's to protect the pure faith of Lord Shiva. She doesn't want to kill him. So she decided, she has already heard all the blasphemy. So she decided to give up her life. Then Daksha also said that he doesn't follow any Vedic rules. So she was remembering that. She didn't say, but she was remembering how Daksha criticized him for not following Vedic rules. Then she told Daksha that elevated transcendentalist, um, pure devotees of the Lord, like Lord Shiva, they are not obliged to follow the rules and regulations of Vedas. Because Vedas mainly deal with three modes of material nature, Lord Krishna says, and Krishna says, you must, Arjuna, you must go beyond them. Um, Then Daksha was also thinking that he doesn't even have a house. He has no opulence. Daksha was very proud of his opulence. I'm very rich man. The leader of Prajapati, he simply lives in forest under a tree. So has he's like a beggar. He said. Daksha said. So Sati said, Daksha, the opulence we possess are unattainable. The value of this opulence can only be attained by self-realized souls like Narada and Kumaras. What we have is unattainable. Only they can understand and they can realize. There is a common saying. Um, Radhanath Maharaj says, you can see how wealthy you are by how many things you have that money cannot buy. So, pure heart and pure love cannot be bought. So she is telling the opulence we have is unattainable. We also hear Ramananda Roy saying to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the wealthiest person is one who has love in his heart for the divine. So he was thinking, he's a beggar. So she's telling, you cannot understand this, Daksha. And she was calling her father by name Daksha. Like she was very angry. So she said, the opulence we possess are unattainable. Such opulence can be achieved only by self-realized souls like Kumaras and Narada. Um, I'm very embarrassed, she said, that I have received this body from you. Sometime Lord Shiva calls me Dakshayani. Um, Dakshayani means daughter of Daksha. And by hearing the word Dakshayani, I become very morose. And I lose my charming smile because I remember my connection to you. I condemn myself because this body has come um, through you. So Sati decided to give up her body with all these reasons. She already told the followers of Lord Shiva, don't interfere. So she is superior, Lord Shiva's wife, so they were just um, drinking the pain that she was going through and would not do anything. So Sati was also very qualified in mystic yoga practices. So Sati sat down back straight facing the north. She changed her dress to saffron garments. She performed Achman, Om Keshavaya Narayan Madhavaya Namaha. She absorbed herself in the process of mystic yoga. she practiced Sat Chakra Yoga, where one can raise one's life hair, and she raised the life hair from navel to the region of her heart, to her throat, to the center of her eyebrows. Then, when the life hair came, her life hair came to the center of her eyebrows. Um, she began meditating on the fire element within her body with great anger towards Daksha. And simultaneously, as she was having that great angry feelings towards Daksha, when the life hair was here, um, she started meditating on the lotus feet of her husband, who is referred to as Jagat Guru, um, being a Param Vaishnav. And as soon as she meditated on Shiva's feet, lotus feet, she became cleansed of all the contaminations. Um, she became cleansed of who she is, her connection with Daksha. She became completely self-absorbed, meditating on Lord Shiva's lotus feet and nothing else. And no other contamination remained. Um, and then the fire element that she was contemplating on grew, and suddenly a blazing fire appeared and engulfed her physical body. And in this way, she quit the body. When everybody saw Sati um, being consumed by fire, um, there was a tumultuous roar all over the universe, um, like the sounds of hi means very what had happened. And people were talking like she was so dear to Lord Shiva. Um, Maybe there was no need for her to quit the body in such a manner. Um, it was very astonishing that Daksha was so disrespectful to his daughter. Actually, Daksha, when she was giving up her body, Daksha didn't even stop her. So people were thinking it is not appropriate for Daksha to be so disrespectful when her own daughter is giving up her life. I mean, he's not caring actually. It takes time to go change in saffron color, come meditate, raise the life here, and he's like, whatever she wants to do, let her do. He was so full of his pride and ego. So everybody was speaking. Um, it is very astonishing that Daksha could be so disrespectful to his own honorable, chaste, pure daughter. Daksha is very hard-hearted. He is unworthy to be a Brahmana. Because of what has happened, he will gain great infamy for not stopping her daughter's death out of hatredness for Lord Shiva. So while people were talking in this way, Lord Shiva's attendants, after Sati was consumed by fire, they could not tolerate any more, and they immediately decided and prepared to kill Daksha right away. Um, but Bhrigu Muni, seeing the descendants of Lord Shiva running in this way, he started offering oblations in the southern fire. There were fires at many places, lot of yagya simultaneously. So Bhrigu Muni started offering oblations into the southern fire with Vedic hymns from Yajurved to kill those who are who destroy sacrifices, who who would the yagya bhang jo karne koshish kare, whoever is desiring to destroy the sacrifice, they should be killed. So as the followers of Lord Shiva were approaching Daksha and everybody, um, as a result of as soon as Bhrigu Muni offered oblations, some demigods manifested who have received their power from moon god. They were called Ribhus. There were many thousands among them. They were in many thousands, very powerful devatas. So they started attacking Lord Shiva's followers, and Lord Shiva's follower could understand that they could not fight with these ribhus. They are also described as they were very powerful because of Brahma Tejas. They were born from Bhrigu Munis. They were Yagik, coming from Yagya, very powerful. So Lord Shiva followers understood that they could not harm at this point of time anyone. They were very sad, and so they started running in different directions. So this is where the chapter ends. In the next chapter, then they will reach Lord Shiva, and then the story continues. So this is the fourth chapter. It's a long pastime of Daksha, Shiva, and yeah. So okay, that was today's discussion. We'll see if there are any comments, questions.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, no questions, but a wonderful story. So much to learn from this, especially when you were talking about talking about the sadhu and sadhu, their distinguishing qualities. So we really could understand where we are standing.
Yeah,
Hare Krishna.
thank you, Mother. Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you all for joining.
Krishna
Now you may
Prabhu,
say,
Dandal Pranam. One quick question, Prabhu. When you're saying
Bata.
the lowest grade of sadhu, so why we are even calling them the sadhu itself?
I
Um,
mean, yeah, when I say, okay,
you
so
you told like Prabhuji, you told 3 to 4 um, categories. Even though the highest level of sadhus who even do not even see any fault in any of them, and then they only see the good in that. Then, but what I'm
yeah,
trying to think, like when you said the last one, which are at the very lowest level. But why we are calling them sadhu then? Because they have good
no,
qualities. And
asadhu.
in sadhu also, Prabhuji, you said I think 4, if I understood correctly.
4, yeah, 4. So one sadhu is, which is the base level sadhu, where we at least want to strive to, is they may see faults. They may see that, or this person may be acting out of um, anger sometimes, or this person has anger problem, this person has envy problem, this person has ego problem. So they may see the faults, but they know how these faults can be mitigated or can be used in the service of the Lord, how the anger can be used in the service of the Lord. Like, it is said how a spiritual master is expert in engaging in services according to one's nature. Like somebody is very strong, then they make them on Janmashtami in India do crowd management. So in a way, they see how, if they see the fault, and they see how that can be used in service of the Lord. They don't judge those people. So this is base level of sadhu. Then there are higher
No, Prabhu, no criticizing, correct? In this case, like, or
no criticizing.
because but they can if they are their guru or mentors in such situation, can they can do correct to correct them of their mistakes.
Yeah, they correct for their benefit. They see the fault. A Madhyamadikari, a preacher, has to see this now. It is said Auttamadikari cannot preach because he thinks everybody is a pure devotee of the Lord, then how will he preach? But for preaching, Auttamadikari comes to Madhyamadikari platform to see where they are going wrong, and then to correct them and to help them. But it's always with the principle of love and care and others' benefit.
Sure, Prabhuji. Yeah, thank you so much. Very good. Yeah,
Hare
I was
Krishna,
a little
Prabhuji.
confused there, so thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It was a great session. Prabhuji, so there are 4 levels of sadhu, I think you mentioned. And what are the 4 levels of asadhu?
So
I think
one
I've
is,
seen one.
one level of base level of asadhu is um, they see good qualities, but um, they think that these good qualities will turn into faults, or how they will, all these qualities can be harmful to me. They see good qualities, but they still think how they can be turned into fault, and they don't want to deal with that person.
That's the worst one, right?
That's the, no, there are more below. There's like the best asadhu.
So this one that you said. Another one is the one that sees faults and neglects the goodness.
Yes.
And then there's another one that sees small faults and magnifies that and doesn't see good.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah.
And so
And
is
last
it
one is see only faults. And even if the fault is not there, they just make up some faults and they see those faults.
okay?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanvat
Thank you,
Pranam
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Did 1 second, Mataji. So you have a question on this, or you are good? You are just clarifying, Alka Mataji.
Yeah, Prabhuji. I was missing one point, so I just wanted to know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you've answered my question. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Dhanvat
Thank you.
pranam.
Dhanvat pranams. And who spoke after Alka Mataji? Somebody said something.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, it's me
Padma
Prabhuji
Mataji.
Padmavati. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam Prabhuji. The sadhu highest level means a Putana example we can take na Prabhuji. Krishna sees, he even though if we want to feed the poison, he sees only the nuts. He gives the nuts position of Prabhuji.
Yeah. Amazing. Perfect example, Mataji. Yes.
Okay. In basic level, normal, our acharyas, gurus, like that, we can take now, Prabhuji.
No, we should see our acharyas, gurus also at the same level as Lord Krishna, Ati
Okay.
Mahatma. But we may say that they may come to a platform of Madhyamadikari, a platform of sadhu, to help others go closer to Krishna.
Okay, Prabhuji.
You know?
Thank
See,
you.
a Madhyamadikari has to see where things are wrong, and then only he can think of, okay, how to improve them. So with a good intention to see, okay, this person is doing these things which are not conducive, I must try in a way that he can give up those things and he can do things more conducive, where, and a role of a spiritual master also to train that disciple. But if the spiritual master sees everyone as pure souls, then what's the point of training and correcting, and then the person cannot be helped. So these pure devotees, they come from Uttamadhikari, these acharyas of a spiritual master. We are trying to reach the level of sadhu because we are coming from below, so that even if we see faults, we try to show love and care and accept them and help them to overcome. So that's the stage we want to be. So there is somebody who is coming from Kanishta to Madhyama. That's us trying to go from Kanishta to Madhyama. Then there are others like our acharyas who are coming from Uttama to Madhyama. So it is said that when somebody comes from Uttama to Madhyama to preach, their preaching is extremely effective compared to one who comes from Kanishta to Madhyama. Is that all right?
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Padma. Hare Krishna. All right. So I think we'll end here.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
बताइए माता।
Prabhuji, one question, Prabhuji. Sorry,
Mhm.
quite disturbing here actually, but I'm sorry, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you mentioned that Brahma, even Brahma, who is the father of Lord Shiva, does not criticize him, right? So maybe sorry if I'm forgetting the basics, Prabhuji, but Brahma is considered as a Jivatma, right, Prabhuji? So how can we say that he's the father of Shiva?
Yeah, because externally he manifests through the forehead of Brahma. So the 4 Kumaras first comes, and after 4 Kumaras, then Rudra comes, then Narada comes. So in that way, Brahma is the first living entity, and they all come via the medium of Brahma. So then Brahma has attained the external post of a father.
Okay.
Understood? With
Yes,
see, Anna, in today's word, father means there is a husband, there is a wife, and the father gives the seed and mother gives birth, and so one is a father. But in case of Brahma doesn't need a wife. So for Brahma, the son comes from his forehead, from his heart Narad Muni came, from his mind Chatushkumaras came. So that's how Brahma created sons.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Vanchakalpataru
Okay,
Vaishnava
Prabhuji.
Dubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you very much. Dhanvat pranam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Dhanvat pranam.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.